If you hold a U.S. green card, can you qualify for the same tax benefits as a U.S. citizen? The short answer from a tax perspective is yes. But I'm going to tell you the missing piece that several people who contacted me recently weren't aware of in this video. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson, and if you've watched our videos or read our articles at nomadcapitalist.com, you've probably seen that U.S. citizens can take advantage of what's called the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion to exempt this year about $106,000 plus a few other miscellaneous things from their U.S. taxable income. And then from there, you can use things like corporate structures and additional planning to reduce the tax on the income above that $106,000. But the key thing with the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion is that you need to be outside of the United States. The key word is foreign. You need to be outside of the United States through one of the two tests, whether that means you're spending about a month or less in the U.S., or whether you're spending a little bit more time and you have a foreign home that is your real bona fide home. Regardless of all of that, what if you're a green card holder? Can you take advantage of the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion? From a tax perspective, the answer is yes, because there's really not a difference between a U.S. citizen and a U.S. permanent resident, a green card holder. They are all what is called a U.S. person. And unlike a U.S. person who simply fails the substantial presence test and can just go back to being a non-U.S. person, a green card holder has an actual document, the so-called green card, that has to be relinquished before they are no longer a U.S. person. Same as a citizen. And so what does that mean for your tax? It means that yes, if you meet the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, then you can get that exemption. But do you want to keep your green card? Because the issue on the other side of the table is the immigration issue. There's tax and there's immigration. And what I've seen so often is people will call their accountant and say, hey, can I get this tax exemption? Or how do I save money on my taxes? I don't want to live here anymore. And the tax guy will tell them one thing. But then they miss the immigration piece. Or they'll call the immigration lawyer first. Hey, can I go overseas and take advantage of these tax benefits? And the immigration guy will say, no. Because the U.S. expects you, in order to maintain your permanent resident status, to spend most of your time in the United States. You can leave, you can take vacations, you can go for an extended period of time, but they have the right to be like, what have you been doing? Why haven't you been here? Have you abandoned your green card? And if you're gone long enough, you're going to have problems. And so to think that you're going to be outside of the United States for 330 some days a year and just popping in every once in a while for your check-in, immigration's not really going to like that. And eventually they're going to pull your green card. And so I had a situation with someone recently where he said, I'm a green card holder and I'd like to save some money. And I said, you need to go one of two directions. You either need to relinquish the green card and no longer be a U.S. person, and because you have a European passport, you can certainly come here as a tourist. You can certainly, because you have part of your business based in the United States, you can get something like an E-2 visa that is a non-immigrant visa, it doesn't have U.S. person tax status attached to it. Or I said, you need to go the other direction and you need to become a naturalized U.S. citizen. So now your absolute right to be in the United States is solidified. And then from there, you can go take advantage of the same tax benefits as a U.S. citizen. I said, right now, you're in the middle. You can't really go one direction or the other without having a problem with one side or the other. Now, ultimately, he decided, you know what? I'll be naturalized. And yes, it's going to cost me a bit more money in terms of having to pay a little bit of tax, because this is a very high earner. And so he's going to have to pay a little bit of tax. So yes, I could pay zero. I could go back and just, be nomadic, not pay taxes to my European country of citizenship, and be done with the U.S. He said, okay, I'll be naturalized and I'll deal with everything that comes with that because I want the right to be in the United States. But that's the difficult question that a green card holder is going to face. Gone are the days when you can simply go overseas and keep all of your money in foreign companies at 0%. If you're a U.S. citizen and you make more than that foreign earned income exclusion, you're going to have to pay some tax. Not the full boat of tax, in fact, substantially less than the full boat of tax, but you're still going to pay something. You're still going to have to file the forms. You're still going to have to report your bank accounts. You're still going to have to comply with all the laws of U.S. citizens, the laws that apply to people who carry a U.S. passport. So if that's the direction that you want to go, that's fine. But if you think that you want to go and live in other countries, it may be helpful to start setting up a second residence or multiple second residences, perhaps one that leads to another passport. If you are planning on having the U.S. passport, perhaps we can get you a different passport. Perhaps something like the Portugal Golden Visa program could work for you, where you could become a Portuguese citizen in 5 years, kind of a similar passport to the U.S. But these are the things that you need to consider, because like many situations when it comes to going offshore, the tax guy's a specialist, the immigration guy's a specialist. They don't really talk, okay? And you have to understand how to make the specialists talk to each other. In this case, it's a matter that a green card is often the unfortunate middle. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. I wrote this book, which you can find on Amazon, to distill a lot of the stuff we talk about in these videos and a lot of the stuff I've learned over the last decade plus traveling all around the world, teaching you about how to legally reduce your taxes, build your personal freedom, and create wealth faster. Definitely get a copy of this book if you want to learn more. Now, if you want to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you click the notifications bell so you never miss one of our new videos with more tips on how to go where you're treated best. And if you're already a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur and you'd like to put these strategies in place for yourself, go to nomadcapitalist.com and learn about how I can help you.